All points of origin are in God, the original source. When we talk about vibration, the idea is, what do you do with it? They are all the same but different at a point. In order for form to exist, there had to be a separation. Giving all credence to that which is form and thought is form is incorrect. What you must realize, or what must be realized, is that you are the much finer frequency that just is. And thought is a frequency that moves through that. Then thought does not belong to your nature in that sense. Think about it. Then stop thinking about it and be it. Yeah, yeah. So when we look at what we do, I don't know how far back you can remember, but remember being or having few thoughts, being very young, and being totally absorbed into the most simplest of things. And that feeling of contentment and joy and achievement. Feeling, not thought of, but feeling. The older you got, the more you began to talk. The more you began to talk, the more miserable you became because of what you were saying to yourself. Remember all the little decisions that you made to be a little asshole. I mean, a little... remember those things, because those things are the basis from which you begin to formulate. You begin to formulate your hooks. And you spend your entire life trying to take that hook and hook it on. There must be somebody who wants to play my game with me. Well, I'm sorry, they don't. Everybody wants to play their own game. They started their own little thing when they were little. So yours doesn't fit. That's why it has to go away. I think 25, 30 years of looking in one place is long enough. It's like 25 or 30 years, you can cover every spot in this room several times. I suggest the next place you look is, why do you keep looking in this room for whatever it is you're looking for? You will say, because I don't know that there's anything else. Well, get a clue. Entertain the possibility that there may be. And when you entertain the possibility that there may be, then investigate to see, and you will find. That's the point of greatest courage. It's no courage in being a jerk. There's no courage in standing up before a firing squad. That's dumb. There's no courage in war. To the hero in the battle, oh, such a courageous act. What made you do such a thing? Most of the time, if he's honest, he'll say, trying to get out of the way. Why did you shoot 30 people? How were you able to do that? They were in the way. They were between me and where I needed to get to. So it's not about courage. It's about necessity. Courage is coming face to face, not with the society is wrong. I'm wrong. My own judgments about the rest of the world. See, that's one of the things. Yes.
Just you've done something correct, but society awards you based through egoism.
Yes. You did something correct, which was save your butt. Well, I mean, isn't that expected? I would think so. That's what you do when you're in danger. There's no great reward for that other than, ta-da, you're alive.
Someone else's life, there's nothing, well, would you ask, is there anything special about that? It's just...
What is special about that? I'll give you an example. When I was young and starting to get involved in athletics, a friend of mine and I used to take a football and bounce it off a wall and make it do all kinds of things. You know, just bounce it and catch it and bounce it and catch it and bounce it and catch it. Now what we're practicing is a clear response action to a situation. I was at a friend's house and they had a child, a baby, who was on the table. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw the child fall. I reached and I caught the child. Heroism? No. I saw what was happening and had the ability to answer the question without thinking about it. Heroism? I don't know. Clarity, I think. In that case, clarity by having practiced a certain reaction. It doesn't matter, football, child, it didn't matter. Saw it and bang. And everybody said, oh, how brave. Oh, no. I was catching a football. The point, clarity, we see in saving someone else. We see a moment of opportunity, and we respond. It's not about heroism. You just do it, and then it's done. That's all. One of the reasons why people who are truly exceptional are usually very insecure, because they don't know how they do it. But they do it because they've practiced becoming clear, and they just allow their bodies to do it. Some of them will talk trash, but when you really talk to them, they don't know, and they're always afraid it's going to go away. It's going to go away because they don't know how it happens. You accept. You just accept it. So heroism, valor, all these things, greatness, knows what that means. We say Walter Payton was one of the greatest running backs of all times. He was just trying to save his life. That's what he was doing. And he enjoyed the thrill. But that's the way that is. You must enjoy the thrill of adventure. The thrill of adventure is not the thrill of the adventure out here. The thrill of the adventure in here. That's where real courage is. To stand up to your own stuff. It's never about them. That's why separating yourself from the pack is important. Because now here you are. Who do you blame? Ultimately, you don't blame anyone, you just take responsibility. That's all. Does that make sense? People who are true heroes, in the sense of it, walk alone. They take the responsibility. If this didn't happen, I didn't do it. I didn't remember it. I didn't whatever. Let me be better at that. That is taking the responsibility. And not saying it, but doing it. That puts you out here. Tremendous artisans. You cannot be a master carpenter with other carpenters. Because they don't want to be a master. They just want to go to work, get the job done, make do, and get the paycheck. Make as much overtime as possible. Okay? They don't want to be. So, one who wants to be the master of his craft is always going to be ostracized. It takes more time. It takes more time. I'm understanding the pain. I told David earlier that Buddy Guy was leaving the country. He said, really? Why? I said, he learned that I was learning to play the guitar, so he left. But I'm learning, and I'm taking the pain. The pain is excruciating. The pain that runs from here all the way up to my shoulder. Wow. Okay. But I have no aspirations to play with other musicians. So I will do fine. All I want to do is play. So I will sit there and do that and go, wow. Oh, I found a passion that I can play for. The painful arm blues. You cannot become a master of your craft in the company of those who do not want to be masters of their craft, whatever it is. So as you move away, you become better and better. Now, if your desire is to come back and be with the crowd, then you will accept what the crowd will do. If your desire is to come back and be with the crowd, you will accept the ego tantrums of the crowd. You will accept the lateness of the crowd. You will accept all the crap of the crowd crap. You will accept all of this and be miserable. Or you will let others catch up with you. I like what John Coltrane, one of the things I like. He'd be in the basement playing. People would come in, sit down, and start playing with him. They'd get up and leave. He'd still be playing. He never said hello, never said goodbye. He just played. He never said, you want to play with me? Then you have to, he just played. That is what you have to do. You just play. You find the truth. You find the reality. Be loyal to that. I like that because if you're loyal to that, you and I will get along just fine. We'll get along fabulously. And we'll have a good time. We will enjoy. If you are in the medical field and you expect them to be there to save lives, you got another thing coming. If you want to be the absolute best that you can be, they're gonna talk about you like a dog because they don't want to be the best. They want to come and do their mechanical things, get their paycheck, go home, have a little coffee, smoke a few cigarettes, talk a little crap, complain with each other, and go home. That's what. Is that where you want to be? Those are just examples, but remember the thing that I'm truly talking about is in here. It's in here. They want to buy, sell them. You're working in here. Integrity. Going toward those things that are true. Uncovering those things that are true. People look at me sometimes and think I am a foolish man. And I look at them and know that they are fools. Why? They haven't a clue. They say, oh, but how can you think like that? My question is, how can you not think like that? But I know how you cannot, because you're insecure and must hold on to all those things. So your allegiance and your loyalty is to insecurity. Your allegiance and loyalties are to the dark side. Fear is of the dark side. Come on over with me and Yoda. We're starting to look alike. Did you notice? To the light side. Light, as in casting light upon. Let your loyalty be to your growth, because in the end, no matter how good, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, no matter how much money you make, in the end, and you have to leave that here. But the quality of what you are has to go with you.
The other day I was just doing my regular stuff and I looked and I was standing at the entrance of this forest and I was there. Okay? And I was walking around, so it came and I was there. Okay. And I kind of wondered what that's about. Anyway, later that night I was dreaming, but now I was in the forest. I'm walking around, and I was standing at this clearing, and this guy came in, swinging. And as he came in, I became aware of, he kind of brought stuff with him. And I became aware of people that had come this way and had not gotten through whatever challenge or question that he wanted to serve. And I'm not aware of, I don't remember the details of what happened, but I remember in a blink, he was leaving. He was thinking, well, that guy, I gotta stay away from this guy. He respected me as he left for whatever it is that I brought.
But that is, the forest is the forest of your mind. Whatever specific character of your being that this person was, whatever low life that represents, okay, was coming in. And by your learning to focus in you, it couldn't get in. So it left. These are the things that you want to remember. All the worlds, I wanted to say a stage, but someone said it first. Okay. Everything is a dream. All the characters in your dream, both this dream and other dreams, represent things within you. Because in the ultimate come down, so we have to think in terms of the absolute and where you're ultimately going. All places that are places are creations. And the ultimate place you come to is stasis. And in stasis, there is no place, and yet there are all places. But you stand above them all, and you can see them all in stasis. So you want to, as you have the experiences, relate them back to your own belief systems, and they will tell you the truth. Okay? Wonderful adventures. Great. Boy, are they fun. Because you get to do all this stuff that you always wanted to do as a kid. You know, you get to travel through Sherwood Forest, meet Robin Hood and his gay band. No, Merry Men. You get to meet Robin Hood and Men in Tights, which was, I thought was very funny. Yes. Mel Brooks is a nut. You get to do all these things. You get to go all these places. You get to, as you learn to solidify your dream bodies, you get to participate. But when stuff gets too hot, if you forget to win, you always leave. Yeah, you forget that you can win because you're in the projection, as you are in this projection. You see, that's one of the things that the control at the dream state and at the meditative state gives you, the choice. It also makes you different. It gives you starch. You know, it gives you the, yeah, I can do what I want to do. It starts to overcome that insecurity. But you have to remember to win. And most of the time you forget to win. Yeah, your fear or whatever takes over and you run. But you live to do it again another day, I guess. Something like that. But these places, they are all as real as this. I would say to you that as you begin to move away from the nonsense, as you begin to do that, and become disciplined, you find there are many, many places to be, all equally rewarding. Not that this place is any more or less. On your way to yourself, on your way to godliness, you learn to play, and you learn to play in many, many universes. It's just play. That's all it's about. I don't mean frivolousness. I mean play. Your spirit learns. You become godly. You can never, ever, ever, ever die. Ever, 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 ever. Because you've never, ever, 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 ever been alive. So how can you die? You are projecting into these things and take these things as reality or as truth. And they're not. It is not. And some idiot, of course, will say, I'll bet if I hit you with a brick, you'll bleed. And say, yeah, and if I dodge the brick and hit you back, you'll bleed. It is the nature of the reality that you're in. Of course it is. But you have to go to understand. So you have to work more at your dream, at waking up. This is the most important thing. I've told you things about stuff in your dreams that just kind of make it a little exciting for you, just try to get you to build a little energy around this activity, but that stuff is part of the dream. This stuff is part of the dream. It's just to get you to wake up and see that you are projecting into it. There's lots of stuff there. There are all these really weird places where stuff does all kinds of weird stuff. Follows no law like this whatsoever. There are three-wheel cars that move sideways and just stuff. That is not your destination. Your destination is to those truths that are inside of you. And first, it said your determination of time for me to move on is. I think you're looking at it in a way in terms of the body leaving. I have moved on. I'm constantly evolving, as we would hope that you would be. And my experiences give me cause to do things. So I have moved from one place to another. The attachment to this dream is sometimes pretty weak, but it's still there. And even weakly, I can hold on for a long time. I'm like a bad penny, I just keep turning up, the smoke clears and here I come out of it. A little more scarred, a little more crippled, but I'm here. And to the catching up that must be done is just in here. You want to, well, one of the things I don't often say, but it was said today, so let's say it. I'm with you all the time anyway. But half the time you don't notice it. Because you're busy bitching and moaning mostly. Or doing what you're doing. We've talked about this before, and mostly I kind of leave those things alone because it's much too difficult to explain. I'm trying to explain it in what I have you doing so that you will catch up and say, oh, there you are. Yes, there I are. It's cool. It's not one of the things, it's not an extreme thing. It's just the way things are. It's not being able to do it. It's just that once you get out of the way, it happens. You're just kind of there, wherever there happens to be. And there happens to be a lot of places. I don't know. So in that whole catch up, it's a matter of just letting go of it all. It is so difficult for humanity to see for each individual to see its inappropriateness. Because there's so many things that we just accept inside of us. We just accept them. We just go along. You can't do that with any of it. You can't do that. You must see it for what it is and let it go. But again, because we live in a world of all this chaos, we get involved in the chaos. Anytime you are looking at the other more than you are looking at yourself, or you're looking at the other in opposition to yourself, you're wrong. in opposition. Now, if you want to look at the other, you got to look at both of you. It's about truth. All of what we get caught up in is in here. I don't know how to say any other way. You must let go of it all. When you find yourself feeling sorry for yourself, let it go. Go to the energy. Relax. Feel the energy. Let it go. Often you will find that you're feeling sorry for yourself when it really, in its essence, started out to be not knowing what to do. So, you don't know what to do. My old coach would say, son, do something, even if it's wrong. Just be found in motion. And when you find yourself in motion, funny how it works out. You say, how did that happen? It just happened because you were in motion. But when you're feeling sorry for yourself, you have become anchored, heavy. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Well, then you ain't going to do nothing. No, you ain't going to do anything. Because if you ain't going to do nothing, means you're going to do something. Do, act. Don't get involved with that. You see, you are governed by you. You're not governed by some God sitting somewhere watching you, manipulating you by string, or with his hand up your butt like a muppet. There's your greater consciousness. Now that statement in itself is a lie, because you only have one consciousness. But I say your greater consciousness because what you consider your consciousness is really this little acorn in the middle of this great sea of consciousness. But because you hold on to these thoughts and ideas, you think that is your consciousness. So for that reason, we will call this your greater consciousness. This is what you are. This comes into life to have certain experiences. And then you take and build this little acorn, and you say, I'm inside my acorn, and I see the inside, and I see the whole world, and you're looking at the walls of the acorn from the inside. Now, what this is doing is providing you with all you need to do, all the weights that you need to lift to become stronger. And for a while, it will look like everything you touch goes wrong. No, it's trying to make you find your limit and burst the inside of the acorn. And there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing anyone can do about that except you. And one of the things you cannot do about that, cannot, is feel sorry for yourself or get down. Because all you're doing now is letting the inside of the acorn reflect back to you insecurity, doubt, fear. You say, but I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know what to do either, but that ain't it. You have to get in motion. Pop. Oh. Okay. But that's the way that happens. It always puts the strain. It always holds the beautiful carrot before your face, and then it's gone. And then pop. Once you become this, you become the great ocean. that great ocean provides you with situations and to see how you will handle that situation. Because that is what you are. It's not that it is separate from you. I don't want you to think that or to believe that, because that's a lie. That's ridiculous. Only you can make this change in me. Only you, for you are my destiny. The Platters, 1955. Had you going there. But it's true. Only you. But see, you have to focus. And focus means, so we've been here all this time. We're telling you, okay, this is where you got to put your attention. You got to put your attention on your growth. That's what you got to do, not on what you do. Because they'll drive you crazy. Not on that, on your growth. And when your attention is on that, you'll know what to do. First things first. First things first. Your instrument must be cleaned. We were doing a little vocalization the other day, and Sheila said, "Oh my, you hit that note." Yeah. Because these two people, they don't think I can do it. They go, "Oh!" Cats, everything in the alley starts saying, "What is that?" God's a great cat. I'm cleaning the instrument. I'll get it. I have no problem with it. I'll get it. My fingers will lose enough weight where they can hit the right string without hitting all of them at the same time. And believe me, when I go walk, I know it. It's not like I don't know. I can hear it. You have to clean the instrument. You have to clean the instrument. It takes time. But most of all, it takes focus on understanding that you have to clean the instrument first. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. Seek ye first. That is, focus first and above all. Because if you don't do that, guess what? It keeps happening and keeps happening and keeps happening. It's saying, first do this. First do this. Every time you get smacked upside the head, every time you get yelled at, it's saying, first do this. First do this. Loyalty to that which comes first. You come first. You are your instrument. You are a projection into this reality, and you have forgotten that. And once you get the lines of communications clear between your projection and you, it's all right. It's really okay. It's really that simple. So, loyalty to what? Detachment. Once you're detached, even from your own crap, you do a lot better. What's so important? We make things so important, we screw them up. That's making it too important. Or we screw up something else. That's making whatever too important. Once had a student who was going to fight professionally. The student was never on time. So I took 2. When my time was up, I would be here from X to X. When my time was up, I'd leave. Sometimes he'd just be showing up. Boy, he sure looked weird laying there with his toes sticking up in the air. Got knocked cold. I was there to help him up, fan him, say, you know, you really should see a doctor. Those concussions can be bad. Sometimes the lesson is hard. It's hard, but if we're going to do it, we have to do it. Most often when I say, I'll be there, I'll be there, you can pretty much put your money on it. I have one person that I work with says, you irritate me so bad. When you say 5:30, there's a knock on my door to the minute. That irritates me so. And that's because she's never on time. Okay? Commitment to what? I am committed to what I said I would do. That's what you have to be committed to. That's important. You say, well, it seems to me that that's rigid. Seems to me that that's stupid. Rigid is what is rigid. In the order of your day. See, one of the things we want to do is we want to just be free form and let God come to us. I think someone said, if you take 1 step, God will take 2. Something like that. But it didn't say God will take 2 steps and you take 1. It said, you take 1, God will make 2. But no, airy-fairy through the forest, skip, yeah, over the hill, down the glade, well, God never strikes them from out of the blue. Or, let's go to Lourdes. In Lourdes, we can be healed. It's a holy place. What makes one place holier than another? Are they not just places? And if one is holy, all are holy. Could it be it happens not because of the place, but because of your belief? Could it be? I think so. Let's go to a holy place. How about make it a holy place here? With commitment to those things that make you whole. I don't know. I've been in a lot of holy places. Picked up the dirt, looked at it, smelled it. Dirt. I've been on islands. Oh, an island. I'm already on an island. It's called North America. It's just a big island. Dirt. Dirt. Sky. Sky. Air. Air. Could it be? Yes, they're all the same place. Like Janis Joplin says, there's no tomorrow, man. Like we realized on the train last night, it's all the same damn day. Namaste.